What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today, we're here with some Grand Party, of course, and this is an interesting one as we are now entering into 2023. We have a new season, a new set of rules, and of course, for the first few episodes, for the first couple of days, we're going to be exploring a couple of different teams with some new characters, namely the New Year's celebratory characters. And today, who we're going to be having a look at is going to be Kaido. Now, personally, I'm not a really big fan of the character, so that's why I want to use him first, because obviously we get a lot of retries, so if we do screw up, we'll have like a little bit to fall back on. But as for what Kaido does, his leader skill will buff Int, Dex, and also Driven, so building teams with that in mind is going to be ideal, of course. And the GP burst, which I think isn't really amazing, you have to deal damage 32 times, and the effect will do minus 10 defense to all enemies for 15 seconds, which isn't really that long. But then it will also do damage to Psi enemies, ignoring defense for 2.5 times damage. So if you are up against a Psi team, this does a crap load of damage, especially because there's also, defense down as well. Even though it does ignore defense, but it's just good for the rest of the squad. So even if you are not up against Psi, you still get, minus 10 defense, but it is only for 15 seconds, so you really have to plan that out effectively right before you're about to launch a special, reduce their defense, hopefully get a couple of knockouts. That's the plan moving forward here today. So of course, because he focused on boosting Int, Dex, and also Driven, we're going to be having an Int Driven team at the top. We have a Dex team as our second team with a few Driven characters sprinkled in. And then also we do have just a pig here. And the pig is basically here to reduce the combat power of the team. If you guys didn't see some of the episodes during last season, the way that this works is if you actually enter Grand Party with a lower combat power team, you should come up against opposing teams that are also lower in combat power. So that's the ideology here. Something else to note is the rules. The rules are very interesting. So Dex get a good attack buff, Int get a speed increase, Strikers get CT up, which is kind of big, and then Free Spirit get health up. When you have your leader on your team, Driven get additional defense, which is why we're running the Int Driven team here. So without further ado, let's jump into the first Grand Party match. Hopefully we find something decent to come up against, and all of these teams look pretty scary. Look at that combat power there, 150k. That is absurd, dude. That is very absurd. We can still view the teams. There is Wano Law on the front line there, which is a little bit alarming. I don't really want to go up against that at all. Going up against Roger, I want to ignore them as much as I possibly can. I think this will probably be the Dex team that we're going to try up against, even though it would be nice to have our, potential leader skill go off against a Psi team. It's too risky. It's way too risky. I'm almost tempted just to refresh, to be honest. All of these teams are super threatening, and especially that bottom team having 179, nearly 180k combat power. I mean, I feel like we kind of still have to go up against anyway. I am tempted actually just to go up against this team here, to be honest. We could just go up against Roger. This is probably not a good idea. So they do have the Psi team first. That's the Psi team. Interesting that V2 Rayleigh's on that. Very interesting. The Slasher team is going to be a bit of a problem second. We'll see how things go. It really is dependent on how they go ahead and launch some of their specials. Luckily, no Wano Law to worry about. So anyways, let's just run it, I think. Do we want to use the Dex team first, maybe? I think using the Dex team first might be a better option. And then we have the Int team next. Let's see how that kind of goes. So, with the way this Dex team works, is it is going to be kind of stally. We'll see how things go. We do have Blackbeard, which can do some health cuts. So the idea is that we're able to stall him out just a little bit. Blackbeard health cuts, and then Dofi towards the end of the match is going to be really useful here. Because look at that defense, 20 defense, 20 HP. It's pretty nice here. I mean, 22 defense now, 24 for some of them, 27 defense for Luffy, because he does give himself quite a lot of additional defense. So remember that Kaido charges up his skill every time we deal damage to the opposing team. So that means if you have like a special that does multiple hits of damage, you actually get, more hits up. So, Luffy special targets 3 different characters. One thing I'm interested in though, oh wow, that was a lot of damage from Yamato. That is a problem. And our Yamato just barely launched. Oh, this is bad. Oh my god. We got so RNG'd out of it, dude. Are you kidding me? So RNG'd out of it, man. That is absurd. That is actually absurd, dude. Oh my god, that is the dumbest thing I have ever seen, dude. We got absolutely mollywopped. Absolutely mollywopped. Okay, well, that's not going to work out, so we're just going to have to go ahead and skip here. We're going to skip the rest of this, and we'll be back when we find a new team. Alright, so we found some interesting teams here. I mean, to be honest, like, these look pretty, like, these are essentially free wins, and I do not want to go up against Roger. What is this first team, though? I mean, it literally doesn't matter what we use. Let's use the int team first. Let's see how that one kind of goes, because the int team is intriguing in the fact that you have a lot of these buffs here, because Kaido, our leader, is on the team, and the rules are really focused around using Kaido as your leader. But, I mean, realistically, it's not a good idea to use Kaido as a leader, to be honest, when you've got access to something like Goldie Roger, who is by far and away still the best leader in the game, and he's yet to receive his 6+. And I say he's yet to receive a 6+, because not too many people would have pulled on the Super Evolution banner. So, we'll see how things progress here. Let's have a look at these stats. You know, pretty good defense, good HP, very, very good HP. So we should tank a lot of hits very, very comfortably here. And the fact that striker characters get increased CT, so both Smoker, Kid, and also Kaido himself are going to be launching their specials a little bit faster than normal. Smoker can inflict some CT, special CT, special bind, so that's really big for us. Odin's going to be launching. He will do some pretty good damage, but again, we're going to tank it pretty comfortably here. There's not too many crazy investments on these teams, so like even the Yamato hit, we tank that super comfortably. Here's Uta though. We love seeing Uta. Does so much damage. Yeah, not much investment, not much synergy with this team here. So we're going to get a pretty easy victory here, that is for sure. And who's going to be able to launch? Kaido, for some reason, still hasn't launched yet. When he comes up, he will be able to, though. And Kaido might just get the dub here. Hold on. Oh, no, there's one guy left. Of course. And then we're going to halve their stats. And then we will just do normal attacks for victory, pretty much. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so again, like, not really much to say here. This is pretty straightforward because, you know, it wasn't really super heavily invested. The secondary team here, yeah, I mean, I feel pretty comfortable just using this Dex team, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, we found, like, so much high combat power teams, and usually when you run a team like this, you shouldn't be finding too many teams that are super high combat power. So we'll see what happens in match 2, or when we get to, you know, the second set of teams that we can select. This one should be pretty straightforward as well. I don't really see too much on their team that is threatening. Obviously, Odin can really cause a lot of issues, and, you know, in the first match that we showcased where we actually lost, that Odin put in so much work, dude. Hopefully we can actually get the Kaido skill, because I would like to see that become active. But we'll see what happens here. We will get it this game, but we obviously want to use the special, probably right before we're about to deal damage, right? Because we want to make sure that their defense is lowered. Here's Dofi launching the special first. That's pretty unorthodox. Here we go with Kid, some additional defense. Like, that team is very bulky. We got so RNG'd out of that first game that we played. Alright, see you later, Law. And we still don't have the Kaido special. 32 times to get attack is actually kind of annoying. That was a good hit from Yamato, though. And Odin, last character left. And the action bind. That action bind is so annoying. I hate it, man. But either way, we got the clean victory there. So I guess we'll pick things up once we get to the next match. Okay, so we can see that the combat powers for these teams are definitely a lot lower than what we experienced before. So this is a little bit more what I was expecting here. Now, what I am kind of interested in doing is taking on this team, but again, Roger Leader is the thing that I'm so scared about, because that skill can literally make you lose matches. I feel like I should just go after this Neko team. What's his bottom team here? It's just a concoction of just random stuff. I mean, I don't really want to go up against these random concoctions, but they are free wins at the end of the day, right? Let's just refresh. Let's see if we can find something that's actually worthwhile to go up against. Let's see this Luffy. 114,000 combat power. We see a strength team, which is kind of interesting. Roger Whitebeard and Dofi on that strength team, I do not want to go up against. No sirree. This bottom team here doesn't have a lot of synergy, and then it's another Roger leader, man. I don't want to go up against these. I don't want to go up against these at all. Oh, wow. Someone actually got the Roger 6+ from doing pulls. That's kind of ridiculous. This team's kind of weird, though. I feel like, to be honest, we could probably take on this team. There's not really a lot that's threatening. Obviously, the side team is pretty threatening. But, like, the first team, the only thing that I'd be scared about is Roger Whitebeard. The rest of the team's kind of whatever. And then, like, the second team, the side team's actually really good. The bottom team doesn't seem super scary. But it is Roger leader at the end of the day, which I don't really want to go up against. You know what? We're just gonna get another free win, to be honest. I mean, it is what it is. It's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to go up against something that wasn't Roger, and was something that was half decent. And I just we just fail to find these teams. I don't know what's going on. Again, like it's a lot easier to find more competent teams when you've got a few wins under the belt, because you have to go up against opposing teams that are actually decent. And unfortunately, as soon as we start the grand party, we're not going to be able to do that. So we're just going to get some... To be honest, I'm literally just going to skip this. Like, there's no way we lose these. They're just free wins. We're just going to skip it, and we're just going to go straight to the next game. We should be able to comfortably win this next one. What is the opponent? Yeah, I mean, a lot of these characters aren't even leveled up. Like, what is this? There's literally free wins, man. Free wins. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get this one, and we're going to skip it again because we're just going to win. There's just no doubt. Like 29 seconds to get that win. So, we're going to go ahead and try again for our third win of the day. Hopefully with 2 wins under our belt, we can find, a more competent opponent. But we'll see what we can find. So we see Monkey D. Luffy here, and I mean, the top team really doesn't make a lot... I mean, these teams don't make a lot of sense, to be honest. But I kind of want to use the Kaido leader skill on that final team. I really want to try that. So I think we're going to do this, where we use the crappy team first, then the Dex team, and then hopefully finish it off with the Int team. What's their last team again, just to get a little bit of a refresher? There is no Wano lore, so there's no worries about that at all. So we'll see how things go here. Obviously, this is going to be an insta-loss. We don't care about that. 1 second didn't even pass. Alright, that's cool. So we'll just move straight on to game 2, which is going to have this quick Luffy, and it's not a very competent quick team. It's a really, really weird one. To be honest, we're probably going to knock the opposing team out before we're even able to get the Kaido leader skill again, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to showcase this leader skill and just see how much damage we can actually do with the skill, because of course you only do damage to Psi enemies, so you can only use it at very specific moments, at least in terms of the damage dealing portion of the special. You can definitely still use the effect to get the defense down, which would be nice, but I just don't think we're going to be getting it in this game, unfortunately. We'll see what happens though. Very, very weird selection of characters, but moving forward into day 2, which will be coming, very, very shortly, we're going to be using Nami in the next video for Grand Party, and I feel pretty confident in using that against some pretty weird teams. We'll see what happens though. Wow, Kid's just going to get a nice and squeaky clean 4 knockouts. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to use Kaido's skill in the next game. No shot, right? And Blackbeard's going to get the knockout here. Okay, no. Okay, so Kaido's just going to stick around for a little longer, and Luffy's going to get the knockout against Kaido. Very fitting. Alright, so we're going to move on to match 3, or game 3 of match 3, up against a side team, which... Side teams are still scary. Like, no matter which way you slice it, side teams are still side teams at the end of the day. They're still pretty scary, but with such a low combat power, I think it was only 38,000 this opposing team is. Yeah, like, that's not very threatening. Even though they do have Yamato. Yamato is kind of scary. And then Luffy and the Straw Hats can potentially action bind us, which is not fun. But we'll see how things progress here. Again, as I said, would love to get the Kaido leader skill to launch, but we need to do so many hits of damage. By the time we do all of that, we're just going to win before that's even possible. So we'll see what happens here. Because strikers get that CET increase, it would be nice to get, Smoker to launch first, to potentially special bind the opposing team. Here we go with Smoker, that's exactly what we wanted. And Yamato? Yeah, there we go. Yamato can be inflicted with special bind, so that's awesome that we got that. Kaido just missing out on his special, but we can now halve the stats of the opposing team, which is good. I don't think the right characters really got hit with those half stats though, so that's not really fun. And that was a lot of damage towards the opposing team there. Let's go. And then Uta coming in. Gonna knock out Yamato. Yep. Easy, easy, easy. And then from here, like, we just win. Kaido? Yeah, 17k he did to the Koala there. God damn, dude. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't the best showing of Kaido. We had a really rough start, of course, and then we just couldn't find, like, competent opponents that weren't Roger. It was kind of annoying, to be honest. But at the end of the day, wins are wins. In Grand Party, you take the wins that you can get. So, of course, towards the end of Grand Party, we're definitely going to be switching it back up to Roger, most likely. So we'll see how things progress moving forward into the rest of Season 3 of Grand Party. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are running some really weird stuff, you know, if you guys are using really obscure leaders, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and I'm wishing you guys the best of luck in your Pirate Rumble Grand Party Season 3. Look forward to episode 2, which will be coming out shortly. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.